January often feels like a great time to make some big changes, and whether it be fitness related or relationships or financial, there's something about the new year that really makes us want to set some big goals. And I'm all for that. I love, improving yourself. And I've got a couple of tips to help you increase your chances of maintaining those goals. But first, let's finish this run and get home. A few years ago now, I read the book Atomic Habits, and it massively changed the way that I think about progress. I've been thinking about it a fair bit recently, particularly with people talking about New Year's resolutions and stuff. And there are two main things that have stood out to me. The first one is the power of tiny changes. And the second is the importance of consistency and the power of the 2-minute rule. The book's main idea is to focus on small incremental changes rather than aiming for massive changes all at once. Small changes compounded over time should lead to big results. For example, if you're not currently running at all, don't try to jump straight into 50 Ks a week. Try to just add a few kilometers each week, and over the course of a long period like a year, those small increases will really add up. These tiny changes are way more manageable and less overwhelming, which brings me to my second, and I think the more important point, consistency. Sure, if you do a really good workout like, a 5K PB or a really intense workout, it might feel really good at the time, but unless you can keep that up consistently, it's not really doing that much for your overall health. So in Atomic Habits, they mention the 2-minute rule, which is basically the idea that, rather than trying to commit to doing a big long workout or something, you just commit to doing the first 2 minutes of it every day, or maybe with something like running every second day is better. And then you keep it up consistently, and maybe it's not doing too much for you physically, but by just making that habit, it makes it a lot easier to then increase the duration later, which will then have a bigger impact. But then if you also just commit to that first 2 minutes of putting your shoes on and getting outside, often you'll think, well, I'm already here, might as well run a little bit further anyway. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. Make small changes and be consistent at maintaining those changes. Just focus on the first couple of minutes and commit yourself to that. I also wanted to talk about the fact that I didn't get into the Sydney Marathon, which is very sad. But I do have plans for a different race instead. I'm planning on doing the Southern Sydney Track Ultra. The ones that I'm thinking of are the 6-hour, 12-hour, or 24-hour. Not really sure yet which one I want to do, so if you have any thoughts, feel free to let me know in the comments. But yeah, so this week I've done about 45 kilometers with about 1,000 meters of elevation gain. And my long run this week was 18 kilometers with like 440 meters of elevation gain as well. So I'm trying to get around the 1,000 meter mark for elevation gain, and slowly, getting more and more kilometers. Probably take it a little bit easy next week and continue to build it up. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a good one.